What's up, people? Welcome back to Art Brains and Bullshit. This week we talked with Charles, aka Arht. Charles is a good friend, a talented DJ producer, and a leader here in the Nashville electronic community. This week we talked about music production process, coming into your own as an artist, and the priority of community when throwing events. Let's get into it. Tell me what's been up? It's been, we've been keeping in touch a bit, but I want to pick your brain on where you're at with the Arht project. Obviously, you've been working with Hamid on the Underground Institute. That's right.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Tell me where is Arht at in this life journey?
Yeah, I'll start with the Underground Institute. Just talk about that. That started that was Hamid's idea, to start some kind of DJ school. Really, like, the way it started out, it was like he knew somebody in Miami who was doing this. He was like, "Yeah, they're making pretty good money doing it." We started doing it. We started getting these kids, doing private lessons. And it started as like, okay, this is like a good way to make some side money on top of DJing and music. But like, it really has turned into such a rewarding, like, aspect of what I've been doing. Like, it's seeing these kids, like, helping influence them and help them navigate the the whole every aspect of what we're doing, and watching us teach them,
Mm,
like, and seeing their fucking trajectory just change completely.
it's
And it's
awesome.
it and the you know the feedback that we get from these kids, it's so rewarding to hear their gratitude. And I think about the people that influenced me in that way, like people like you and other people in the scene who were doing the shit before me. Like, it to have someone like that who can help guide you is so valuable, like, completely
100%.
invaluable. And I think it's like it's so easy to get lost in, like, thinking of when you're first starting out. Like, it's overwhelming, like, thinking about what you have to do, and you have no idea what to do. And just having
Hmm.
someone to be able to guide you is, um it could change your life. So
Dude, it's really awesome, man. I've kind of stepped into that, the concept of helping people. I think both of us kind of naturally do that. Just that's like the
oh yeah.
that's our nature. But being very conscious about it obviously like helps you as a person lean into it. And it's just so like that's the human thing. It's like helping people progress, helping finding purpose, finding fulfillment, and like oftentimes a pretty crazy life.
Yeah.
It's really cool when you can just slightly redirect people, show
Yep.
give them a little bit of direction, and
Yep.
see the fruits of their labor pay off. It's really
And
really awesome,
it's
man.
very, like, affirming to see, like, I think, like, Aaron was our first official student, and Matt Castle, but before that, like, I was teaching Squid, how to DJ. And it's really affirming to, like, see where they've gone, like, since,
Hmm.
like, we started, teaching them what to do. It's like sometimes it's like, it's always that imposter syndrome and that self-doubt of, like, what am I doing the right things? And then it's like you teach the next generation and you see their progress, and you're like, oh, like, it gives you the bigger picture of like, yeah, this is if I can help these people do it, like, that just reaffirms, like, I'm doing the right thing myself. You know what I mean? So
Dude, totally.
it's like you give to people, but it also gives back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 100%, man. And I gotta say, like, you and Hamid are the right people to be doing it because I've seen, oftentimes there's like these mentors or like, yeah, mentors who are all will offer their service and guidance, but there's a little something behind it.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of leverage or like whatever.
Mhm.
and or they'll gatekeep and won't really fully share information. And
Yeah.
you guys I know come from a great place when you're helping people. And
Mhm.
so like even me just like being involved in the scene, and you're like helping kind of create the next, I call it, generation of
Sure.
DJs. I It gets me pumped up because it's building it from like a really good place.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I understand, like, the instinct to wanna gatekeep, but the truth is, like, not everyone is gonna take your advice to heart, and the people that do, it seems like are gonna be the right people, you
Yeah,
know? So it's
totally.
like the people that you're gonna connect with and who are really gonna take to heart, like, the instruction and the guidance that you're giving. It seems like it's always the people that I want. I love this person and I want them to succeed. And the people who don't take your advice, or it's like, okay, they probably have something to figure out, you know.
Yeah.
But it's, I
Yep.
don't know, it's just been very rewarding, you know.
It's so awesome, man. Honestly, it's hard to find too. Like I've been uh when I first moved to Nashville, I actually been in this scenario a few times where you're like looking for that guidance and you can't find it. And you're just like it can the creative process, maybe even life in general, you can kind of feel on your own sometimes. And you guys offering that service is it's not it's not always present. So it's I think again it's a really good thing for people.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. So yeah, so you're doing the DJ school stuff. It seems like it's really like gaining some traction. You've been doing
Hmm.
those open decks things, which I think is like a good. It really showcases the momentum.
Those are fun, dude. It's fun watching. There's a lot of regulars that come through, and it's funny because the people who like have that drive to come every time are like the best ones.
Yeah, and how
Like,
long? It's what, 15 minutes,
yep, 15-minute slots, about 15 to 20 a night.
rapid fire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's like, I think it's it the thing about it is, like, it is a short amount of time, but
Hmm.
we're doing it like twice a month now. So the
Yeah,
thing is like, if you come back and you do it over and over again, that's where you're gonna get your opportunity to
where
really
you
like
see the
show what
value.
you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's like, if you come in and you kill it, every single time, 5 times in a row, it's like, all right,
Yeah,
you
this
got it.
person's on some shit. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you got it. But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it is like, it's a very short amount of time. If you just come once, you know, you might not get the point across.
dude. Has there been like a record of how many tunes mixed in the 15 minutes?
I don't think so. It's
You guys should be
n-
tracking and see how.
there has to be someone, but it feels like everyone kind of mixes the same amount. I mean, it's probably about four to f- four, 4 to 5 at most.
No, yeah. If you're watching this and you're thinking about joining, you probably shouldn't go for
The
like
quick
the
mix.
most amount of tunes.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's.
More fucking around than anything else.
I mean, that would be sick if someone
Uh-huh.
tried that sometime. Like 300,
Yeah,
do 300 mixes in 15 minutes.
three. Yeah, like
100,
I don't know. Yeah,
just every
yeah.
every bar,
It's
new
like
track.
you're trying to. It's like a different flex. Like
Yeah.
might not be that good at mixing, but he did mix a lot of tunes.
Yeah. And if they're all sick tracks, even better,
Think about it.
you know?
Well, that's cool. What's the sign up process like?
So I mean, we've just been doing, like, it's like, lining up for the new iPhone. You just come up, First people that are in line get their name down. Last
Okay.
time we did a hat pull, so it was a little more
Uh-huh.
random because it's like the people have been waiting in line for sometimes like an hour, and then the ones at the end are just like can't. It's like,
Gone.
well, we've already got 20 people, so sorry.
Yep.
But we did the hat pull last time, and it's a little more the odds are a little bit more evened out by like not it's not going to be the first person that gets there, because then it just
Right.
turns into like people are just going to come earlier and earlier just to wait,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's not what we want.
That's that's smart.
Yeah,
That's smart. And you guys are doing it. You guys doing it at the lounge at night we met.
yeah, yeah. And it's fun because people were waiting in line and they were like picking their slots, and it starts at like 8, goes till 12, 12:30.
Hmm.
So people were like waiting in line. They're like, oh, yeah, I want to go at this point this time. But with the hat pull, it's like you don't get to pick when you're playing.
Hmm.
So some people would just like come sign up and then leave and then come back,
Word.
which is like, all right, that's
Dude,
cool, I
it's kind of
guess.
like the Kill Tony of
Yeah,
live shows,
it kind
DJ
of is.
shows,
We've kind of talked
electronic
about
shows.
that, kind of like there's probably some way to pull some influence from that. But yeah, and one thing people who get there too late and don't sign up in time, one thing I try to uh express to those people is like, just because you're not playing doesn't mean this can't be like a valuable, like, you just go talk to people and like make friends. Like, y'all
Yep.
are, building a community and building a scene is like more important than DJing, because
Yep.
if you're a sick DJ and you don't have any friends to throw parties with, then like what the hell are you gonna do, you know? So go make friends, go
Yeah.
talk to people, you know?
Yeah. It's honestly, it's kind of like if a tree falls in the woods, like if you drop a sick tune and nobody's there, is it actually a
Exactly.
sick tune?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're a dope DJ, and you go throw your party and no one's there to watch you, you know?
Pulls up. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and honestly, there's been a bunch of like older heads that kind of come and go in the scene, and like, you'll have a buzz, and that kind of that might fade, or maybe you're from like a different time period where like raves kind of functioned a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, I saw it back in Cleveland, I even saw it in Orlando when I was living there, and then here as well, where people, it's literally that people will be able to like spin sick technically, dope mixing, even song selection can be fire. If you don't have the community thing, it doesn't,
Yeah.
none of it really matters.
It's literally the most important aspect. We're
Yep.
throwing we're throwing fucking parties, dude. Like, the whole point of this thing is to play music
Yeah.
and throw parties, you
Yep.
know? It's like you gotta have
Hmm.
people. You gotta have homies. You gotta have fans, you know? That's literally the
Totally.
point. And
Totally.
I think people can lose sight of that, you know?
Yep.
So I try to remind myself that all the time.
100%. Well, yeah, and I think you do a good job of bringing the, call it the party energy. Like your sets are always fun.
Mhm.
Like I think you embody and like kind of emit like just like a fun party energy, whether
Yeah.
it's just like hanging with you or during your sets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, how are you thinking about like curating your Arhat sets these days? Is there any sort of mindset there?
I this is something that I have been thinking about a lot, and kind of like going back to the drawing board of it's all about the environment and the situation. And I think about like I try to think about what's the best experiences I've had as a DJ.
Mhm.
And some of the best times I've ever had, it's me, 7 o'clock in the morning with four of my friends playing chill, like you
Mhm.
know, playing chill sunrise, chill out,
Yep.
music. And it's like, but that experience doesn't translate to, a pool party or to midnight
Huh?
in a nightclub or a
Uh-huh.
festival. It's like it's very curated for the moment. And the I think like a lot of one question a lot of people say is like, do you play for yourself or do you play for your audience? Like as a DJ, are you picking songs because you know that that's what they want to hear? Or are you picking songs because that's what you want to hear? And
Right.
my return question is, why should there be a difference in the two?
Mm. That's
Like
a bar,
as a
dude.
DJ, you should be connecting with your audience in a way that you're excited about playing music for them and they're excited about the music that you're playing, you know? It's not there shouldn't be a great DJ is not going to separate themselves from their audience in the moment, you know?
Yeah, totally. And it becomes your job of finding the intersection.
Yeah. So it's getting to know the people that you're going to be playing for, maybe not on a personal level, but at least like understanding them, in a
Yeah.
way that you're going to be able to connect with them and
Yeah.
not and also not being afraid to be yourself, you know.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
if it's inauthentic, then it's not going to connect because you're not connecting with what you're doing. You're just doing it
Yeah.
because it's like you think that's the formula and that's what's going to work. But the
Dude.
true moments, where that euphoria of like of DJing or just of like musical performance, like you're killing it, they're loving it, and you're loving what you're doing, and it's just a feedback loop of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I think the combination of what you're describing, like understanding, like connecting with people, like reading like how people are feeling, reacting to what you're saying, which
Mhm.
I want to talk about because I think that's such an important piece of the
Yeah.
puzzle.
Hmm.
Uh, but yo, if you're feeling this, hit the subscribe button. It helps us share the content, but more importantly, it helps us serve people like you. So thank you. Being like naturally you, being like
Hmm.
what's authentic, like just existing. It's so funny that we have to say that, but
Hmm.
it's such an important thing that twofold. Number one, who you are as a person is your gift. It's like that you're a one of one, period.
Yeah,
No one else is exactly like you, and
absolutely.
that's your opportunity. And number two, if you're trying to be anyone else, people will fucking sniff that out in a second.
Oh yeah. And it's not going to it's not going to satisfy you in a meaningful way
Dude.
because it's not feeding into what's like fulfilling your soul as an artist. So you're going to
Yeah.
be like up there like, I got to play this track, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, he's playing that track, and it's just like you can feel that it's an exchange of energy.
Yep. Yeah, totally. I always think about, you look at like Dom Dalla and John Summit and kind of the trajectory that they're on and their sound,
Hmm.
that they're like leaning into like kind of darker techno sort of stuff.
Hmm.
And you think about all of the John Summit clones that like are trying to be him and trying to follow him coming from tech house and are just getting sent into this dark techno world.
Yeah.
Just thinking there's like a small subset of these like tech house bros that are gonna feel the need to wear all black
Yep.
and like go
Yep.
go all fucking Berlin techno, and the identity crisis that those people will find. Like,
Yeah.
I'm wearing a leather choker this isn't me. What are the
Yeah,
fraternity brothers gonna think of me?
they're gonna love it, dude. I promise you. Dude, the leather
Right, you
choker
love
in
it.
the frat house.
There's an EP name.
Leather choker in the frat house. Yeah, it's it's so easy to just look at the people that you admire and just copy what they're doing. But
Mhm,
the true way of you know coming into your own as an artist is like taking those influences, learning
mhm,
learning from them, learning from the process, but then exploring um
mhm.
your own self. And I think like the I think it's a quote from Miles Davis. Like he said something like, "It takes a very long time to learn how to play like yourself."
Dude, I yes,
So it takes time.
could not
Like
agree more.
you know when you dive into creativity as an artist, imitation is like kind of that gateway.
Mhm.
But then learning how to break away from that is kind of like where you find true success
Yep,
and satisfaction like
yep.
intertwined with each other.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, I think like, just thinking back to my musical timeline, uh you just like learning different instruments, learning like bass and how to play like, rancid style punk bass,
Oh yeah.
learning how to play the drums, trying to mimic like the System of a Down drummer.
Hmm.
Uh the Even into like electronic production, you step into like some dubstep stuff or some house stuff, whatever. But you follow that too far and you're just replicating somebody else. And to your
Yep.
point, you have to like take those technical skills and then go back inward and be like, okay, how who am I? How am I feeling? What am I trying to share? And how am I trying to use these skills to like,
Yep.
make the thing, whatever.
Hmm. I've when I get in the studio with people, I've started denying listening to reference tracks.
Dude. Hmm.
People like
Yep.
we'll get in the studio, sometimes with people I've never even produced with before, but it's like they're like, "You want to pull up some reference tracks?" I'm like, "Hell no. Let's just start making something. Let's just start making something and see where it goes, you know?"
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
so
we can listen
important.
to a reference track maybe 20 minutes from now, but let's just get something down that's just raw,
Yeah.
you know?
Totally. Yeah. It's like you, if you're collabing on something and say like you and I are sitting down and say we're like in a place where we have to be like very intentional. Maybe like we're in the middle of like a release cycle. Both of us are like rocking,
Sure.
have a bunch of momentum, whatever. There's a need to like communicate about the deep intentions and how we're gonna align like our sounds and our brand and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But like you can really do that just through talking. you don't
Yeah.
have to, you don't have to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's go make this, let's just talk about like the emotions and the message and then
Hmm.
find where our our vibes meet.
Yeah. Or even like subconsciously just through
Mhm.
pure creativity. So like,
Yep.
if you hop in the studio and you're both producers, you know, okay, I'm gonna make a drum loop, and then you go make a bass line, and we'll see where we intersect. Because
Mhm.
that emotion that defines who you are as an artist is gonna come through, you know, through that
Yep.
creativity. Like if you're proficient in just expressing yourself
And
musically,
achieving that. Yeah.
you know?
Totally.
So
Yep.
you can if you just start making some stuff, you can define it later and kind of like but that essence of that emotional expression is going to come through if you're doing it authentically, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like, let's make this beat. It's slapping or it's a vibey beat. Like that's how I'm feeling right now. And then you go play this thing on the keyboard, and then that's how you're feeling right now. And then we can be like, once we have something down, be like, I see what the vibe is. Let's dive into it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk creative process for a little bit. Do you um when when you're getting in the studio, are you more of like, all right, I'm gonna save some samples. Maybe I've got like an idea for a vocal, and you're like stashing that stuff over time, or are you kind of more of like a fuck around and find out?
I've become very like fuck around and find out. Like I think, there if you're remixing something or like flipping a sample, starting with that sample is obviously like that's the point of what you're doing versus like
Mhm.
an original where it's just raw, making something from nothing. Um, but yeah, I think like I try not to think like every time I get in the studio and I'm like, I really like this track. I'd like to do something like this track. And I start
Mhm.
like trying to like fit it into the puzzle of what that track. It's
Yeah.
never satisfying. I'm like,
Yep.
it's not living up to my, the say it's like a track that I really love that I'm trying to like capture that vibe. Like I hold
Uh-huh.
that vibe on a pedestal. And
Yeah. Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
make on in Ableton is never up to that echelon.
Huh.
But every time I've just got in the studio, like the tracks that I don't think about and have made the quickest are my favorite tracks. And I go back and I think I'm like even trying to replicate my own tracks where I'm like, oh, I want to do something like that again. It's
Mhm.
never the same. Like I go like the Bitches with Squid is a track like that. Like we literally got in the studio and I was like, we're gonna make a track. And she just said bitches. She said, I was like, what's the concept for the track? She was just like bitches. And I was like, all right. And then we just started cooking and it was done in like one session in like 2 hours.
Oh, that's awesome.
And same thing with that Still Tippin' remix. Like
Bruh.
that's one of my favorite tracks I've done in the past year. And I go back and I think I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking when I made that? And I can't even like recall the
Yeah.
process of making that. It just happened. I just made it, you know? And
Yep.
it's like if it's the less like friction or like effort you have to do to like make this thing, the
Uh-huh.
better it is, you know?
Yep.
It just
Yep.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear a lot of like industry professionals, like Rick Rubin talks about this a bit, the importance of bringing the creative side of the process to the finish line whenever you're working on something,
Mhm.
because as soon as you leave it and come back to it, you're not feeling, you're not in that space.
Yeah. What's the Ernest Hemingway write drunk, edit sober?
It's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like just get out of your head, create some shit and then come back and finish polish it up or whatever. But you know, have that shit rolling while you're in that moment, you know?
Yep. Yeah. It's so important. It is so important to find your like equilibrium, find your balance, find your like state that produces the most creativity.
Mhm.
And for some people that's uh booze, cocaine, LSD, like
Sure.
the Hunter S. Thompson route.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
for some people it's yoga, meditation, breath work.
Mhm.
matcha, whatever the combination. What does that
I
look like
think
for you?
I think I don't know. I mean, I like doing it sober. I like making shit drunk, on
Yeah,
substances. It depends on the vibe and the time of day and who I'm with, but the
yeah,
the I think the whole point behind that is just it's getting to like a just um a raw like uh you're not thinking too hard about it,
yep,
like
yep,
meditation is a great way to just like kind of leave all the worldly anxieties, let that shit go, you
yeah,
know? And I think
yep,
people drink alcohol for the same reason, you know? And
totally.
the more you can get into that flow state, it's the same way with DJing, honestly. Like when I'm
Yeah,
the best sets I've
yes,
ever played, I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna play. I just know what I have to play next.
hmm,
It's just like I'm like, oh, I gotta play that track next. I'm not
yeah,
even like thinking about it. It's just like maybe I'm scrolling and I'm just like, oh fuck, yeah, that one. And then you play it
yep,
and
yep,
you're not thinking about it too hard. You're just doing the damn thing, you know?
yeah.
And I think whatever can
Honest,
help you let go and just do the damn thing,
just
that's,
do it. Yeah,
that's what it takes. Whatever you can do to just to get to that pure creativity.
yeah,
And I think like that's where you get the most raw stuff.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, one thing for me, and I think it's I guess it just depends on the person, but I like to take time with what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Like, I will literally, when I'm making a drum loop, I will take an hour on a 4-bar loop or
Yep,
2-bar loop, you know? Literally
yep,
just like sitting there and letting the groove just like adding things slowly until it
yes,
feels perfect, you know?
yep.
Because that's the whole this music, it's so repetitive, like that shit has to be
It's all the more
like
important.
locked in, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think like a lot of people are like, all right, let's get the drums in and let's get all this and let's do this and this and this. And I've been trying really hard to just be like, slow down,
yeah,
slow
yeah,
down. We're just chilling. We got time. We got plenty of time,
yeah,
Take your time, let
yep,
things marinate, see how it
yeah.
feels.
I think I think there's John Mayer talks about, like, when he's in a studio session, he want as quickly as possible, he wants to get to the substance behind the track. Like he
Mhm.
doesn't want to mess around with a four chord progression, and there's a connotation to do that, and especially like I'll see people skip over drums or just like, yo, let's get a loop in, whatever.
Mhm.
And like getting to the concept that there's merit to that, but the likelihood you're going to go back and rebuild the drum loop after the fact is like
No.
very slim.
Yeah. And for me, like I'm I'm very conscious of like texture and frequency content in sounds. So I like if I'm making a drum loop from splice samples, like say I'm picking a kick drum,
Mhm.
if the kick drum's the first thing I lay down, a lot of the times I might go back and replace the kick drum because it was the first thing. Because it doesn't
Yep,
it in the context of the loop that I've created, it doesn't fit anymore. But
yep,
I think when you're picking when I'm picking sounds to make a drum loop, like I'm thinking of the flavor, the tone, the texture of each sound very, very like intently when I'm
mhm,
making the drum loop. Like it's like, all right, this tom on this off 16th note, at the end of this 8-bar loop, like, do I want it to be dark or bright or have this kind of like tone to it? And then
mhm,
how does that sound talk to all the other sounds in the loop? Like
yeah,
I think Dave Grohl talks about um I don't know if he talks about this, but when I think of Dave Grohl drums, it's like it's just as important to the song as like a guitar riff. right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's like, the guitar is like the guitar riff in like a rock song. That's the part in the song. You're like, oh,
Yep. Yep.
he's playing a part. He's playing a riff.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
drums, if they're also a riff, like it's just that much integral to the core uh of the song, the foundation
Yeah.
of it. So like when I'm making a drum loop, I want to be able to sit here and listen to this drum loop for 45 minutes and just be like, yeah, fuck yeah, just by
Yeah.
itself. It feels like its own song. It's like it's singing to
Absolutely.
me. The drum loop is singing to me.
Yo, if you're feeling what we're talking about, you should be in our Discord. It's called the Artist Evolve Community. It's a place where like minded individuals, creatives, forward thinking people come together to talk about their creative process, what they're dealing with growing their brands, and everything in between. We've got Q&As, we've got workshops, we've got industry professionals who tap in, and best of all, it's free. So hit the link below and check it out. Dude, it's a really great point. It's like you want to be intentional with the song. I think that people that are smart are intentional with the song concept, but you really have, if you're doing it right, you're intentional with every piece of it.
Yeah,
Everything from the drums, if you want to get more micro with it, like you're saying, the snare tone, the kick, like
yeah.
every single piece of it can be a focus if someone wants to, and it feels right.
Hmm. Well, and that's the thing is like more traditional like singer songwriter based music with lyrics, like they're thinking about the chords, they're thinking about the words and what they mean, but
Mm-hmm.
like what the fuck does electronic music mean? Like a lot of times there's no fucking words in it. Like it's it's
Yes,
it's so funny when you're trying to name a track. It's like, what the fuck do you call this? Call it anything. It doesn't matter, you know?
dude.
But it's like
Leather
the
choker in the frat house.
leather choker in the frat house. Like, what the fuck does that sound like? Anything. It can sound like anything, dude, because it doesn't matter. It's like it's all
Right.
about the vibe and the groove and the tech. It's like you think about a song like that doesn't have any words. You can go back to like classical music, right? Fucking Claire de Lune by Debussy. No words,
Mm-hmm.
but when you listen to that song, you are like, I know exactly what that dude was feeling when he wrote this song.
Mm-hmm.
So for music that is not as focused on telling a story through lyrics, you've got to tell a story through sound, you know?
Mm-hmm. Dude, and I think there's a lot of opportunity in electronic music to step into that further. I think, especially just because the majority of electronic music, especially with house and techno, is built for the club, and the
Mhm.
club calls for a certain subset of emotions.
Mhm.
Like the club isn't always the most welcoming thing for crying or for
No. No, 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 no.
anxiety. Uh,
No.
it's actively trying to probably work against that stuff.
Well, that goes
And
back to, making something for a purpose in the location, Going back to
yeah,
talking about DJing, I'm DJing at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm not and the sun's coming up and everyone feels like crackheads and there's four people there. I'm not playing riding in my truck, bitch, you gonna fuck. I'm playing burr, 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 burr,
yeah,
burr, burr. And everyone's like,
yeah,
oh, I
totally.
feel so good right now.
Yeah, yeah.
At
I don't
midnight,
feel
I'm playing
quite as
riding in
much
my
like a
truck.
crackhead.
Yeah, yeah. At midnight, I'm playing riding in my truck. Bitch, you gonna fuck?
Bitch, yeah, dude,
Yeah,
which is
because
a heater.
it is a heater. Yeah. But at 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, it's a different vibe.
Hmm.
And I think
Hmm.
like talking about making music for nightclub, I have this kind of theory about how every subgenre of music is kind of that's performed live comes from the space where it is performed. So like punk sounds the way that it does because it was made in like dirty basements. in New York
Yep.
City and in London. I think like arena rock sounds the way it does because it's played in an arena. You know, it's big, it's
Right.
vast. And house music
Right.
was invented in, you know, warehouses in Chicago and New York. So it's like the sound suits the environment. Dubstep, I
Hmm.
think, exploded in festivals. That's why when you go to a fucking festival and you hear dubstep, it sounds fucking sick.
Hmm.
You
Yep.
know, I think it's and the it's interesting. I heard this that when an artist gets bigger and they start playing arenas, they start adding more reverb on their recordings
Mm.
because they're used to
Mm.
hearing it. You know, they went from playing maybe like small clubs to playing
Small. Yeah.
arenas, and now
Yep.
they're in the studio and they're like, "Where's all the reverb?" You know, you listen
Oh,
to like a Billie
interesting.
Eilish record that started out, you know, that her early stuff, she was making it in her
It's all
bedroom.
super dry.
It's all super dry and super tight, and then she starts playing
Yeah.
arenas, and it gets more big and vast. You know?
Hmm. Yeah, honestly, it's back to the dubstep point. You listen to early dubstep, and it's all like super dry, minimal, wobbly,
Oh yeah.
garage influence
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Uh,
the
and
UK
then when
stuff.
Skrillex got a hold of it and commercialized it, it becomes bigger. It becomes this like
Yeah,
arena style thing
yeah. And that shit sounds sick on a big old fucking
on a
outdoor
big, yeah,
stage. You
yep.
know, it sounds fucking awesome. But in a
Hmm.
nightclub, it's like there's shit bouncing around. It's like, you know, it's so it's you have to be very intentional with the style based on the location where you're playing it.
Yep, yep. Okay. Question.
Hmm.
Two-part question here. Number
Sure.
one, so do you uh do you ever, when you're getting into a song, have like a specific setting or environment in mind?
No, but I think that would be a good thing to think about.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
I
probably because I play a lot of clubs. It's you know, I'm thinking about how it's going to sound in the club, and I've
mhm.
noticed the more like the more I've done that, my tracks do sound better and better in the club.
Mm,
But then maybe if I took it to, you know, an arena, it wouldn't sound as good,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
that makes total sense. So if you could have your perfect Arhat environment that you feel
Hmm.
like you're like down the middle Arhat tunes are made for, what would that vibe look like?
Well, it's funny because I probably like the Congo stage, like outside a Function One sound system. Like I love that whole like outdoor European kind of like, you know, Ibiza lounge or patio kind of terrace party. Like I love that vibe, you know. Like when I went to TV Lounge in Detroit, that's the best venue I've ever been to. That fucking patio at TV Lounge is
Yeah,
so sick. And it's not huge,
yeah,
it's not small, but they have these void sound systems and it's outside and it just sounds so sick. And they're playing this disgusting alien techno like house. I don't even know what the fuck genre it is, but it's just like I have this. I've been making this joke recently. My favorite song. You know what my favorite song is? It
what's
goes.
that?
It's that one. It's the one that goes boom, 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 boom. You know that one, right?
Yeah, dude, I love that one. It's
Yeah,
my
it's a great
favorite.
song. But yeah, like just when like the bass is just like doof, 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 just like the kick drum just slapping, and everyone's just
Uh-huh.
vibing. You know, the sun's
Mm,
coming up. Like that vibe is incredible. And I think there's
yep,
something about outdoor, like sound systems that are
yep.
small, like more medium-sized, intimate outdoor sound systems that sound so fucking good when they're set up the
Yep.
right way. And
Yep.
like I I I think it's just like outside is basically the outside is a isolation booth. There's no when you have a speaker in a field, there's no reflections off walls or anything. You know, it's just
Mm,
gonna it just goes out into the ether. and it just
Yep.
sounds so fucking good, you know.
Totally. And then especially when you have quadraphonic
Yep.
sound, you
Yep.
can the music
And it's
just hugs
really
you.
tuned, and it's function ones,
Uh-huh.
the greatest
I'm really
speakers
excited for you guys'
ever made
set.
for dance music. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
yeah, I think that vibe is just it's unbeatable. And I think it any time of day, you know, it's you go outside, you get a really nice sound system, and you play some fucking slapping tunes.
Mhm. Yeah. When you guys are playing at 6 p.m., 5 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
on the Congo stage, so it'll
I think
be
we're 4:30 to 5:30.
4:30 to 5:30. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You and Hotbox. Um, I mean, that's definitely not one to miss. Like, it's gonna be probably pretty rammed, honestly.
Yeah. And I think
Um,
Rangers right after us.
yep. Oh, which will be
Yeah.
such a perfect kind of 1-2
A little
punch.
handoff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before us
yeah.
is Jake and Kiana, Van Gogh and Kiana.
Which that's gonna be a vibe too.
Yeah. They were practicing over here a while like a couple weeks ago, and it was just it's gonna be
It's
disgusting.
I can't wait. I
Yeah.
can't wait. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's only a week away.
I know.
Um, well, just thinking about it, is there anything you got any releases, any other like shows you wanna share, anything like that?
Not really. We got me and Hans have a release coming up, I think in October. It's me and
Sick,
him have gone down this fun like rabbit hole of the like 2010 to like 2015 deep house era, like Maceo Plex, Nick Curley.
sick,
Like people aren't really making that kind of music anymore. So we've been kind of experimenting, and the track's called Heat Wave, and it's coming out on Design Records, and
sick.
it's very much in that spirit of, you know, the very moody, rolling deep house of like Ibiza in the early 2010s.
Incredible. Yeah, you gotta send me. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Oh
And then
yeah.
me and Hotbox just dropped Salir, which is like very freaky. It's I don't even know how to it's somewhere between Latin tech and minimal, you know. It's different. It's dope though. We'll definitely be playing that at Tropics.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm excited for the set. I'm stoked to hear those tunes too. If anyone wants to follow you, it's on Instagram. It's at arhat.music. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
ARHT.
Dot music, and then anywhere else, YouTube, Twitter, Reddit.
Oh yeah, big Reddit guy. I'm about to get on there right now, dude.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, dude, it's always a blast catching up with you. Great to chat, and yeah, don't miss our hot
Yeah.
back to back hot
Thanks
box.
for having me.
Just yeah,
Let's do this
thanks for
again.
doing it, man. Much
I
love.
love talking about, you know, heady things with you.
Likewise, man. Yeah, yeah. We should do this again soon too.
Yeah, we should.
All right, we'll talk soon, man.
All right. See ya.